Hi, Wyatt. Anyway, today the book that I'm going to read to you is called, let me see if I can get it up here. It's called The Truth, the Bernstein Bears. So let's have a look. No matter how you hope, no matter how you try, you can't make truth out of a lie. This book is called The Truth. I'm sure you always tell your mommy the truth, don't you, Wyatt? So, this is going to be again. Okay, let's have a look. So, it was a lazy sort of day in Bear County. The air was so still that the leaves on the big treehouse where the Bear family lived were hardly rustling, except in the beehive where the bees were always busy. Nothing much seemed to be happening. It was a sort of day that sometimes leads to mischief. Inside the treehouse, Brother and Sister Bear were sitting around and not doing anything in particular. That's the way I feel today as I'm sitting here. Not doing very much at all. Watching the birds in the sky, watching the water, wishing that Wyatt was here with me. How much fun that would be. Okay, I can't turn the page. Here we go. Brother was holding his soccer ball. He'd become interested in soccer and had been outside practicing free kicks. Sister was relaxing in an easy chair, thinking about what to do next. Neither Papa nor Mama Bear was around. Papa was in his shop working on some furniture, and Mama was out shopping. I know what, said Sister. Let's go gather some wild blueberries. Brother thought about that. No, he said. Wild blueberries have too many thorns, and besides, the seeds get stuck in your teeth. Well then, said Sister, let's go out and twist each other up on the swing and see who gets the dizziest. Brother thought about it. No, he said, that's silly. And besides, we did that yesterday. Sister became irritated and impatient with her brother. My goodness, she complained. You don't want to do anything. All you want to do is sit here and hug that soccer ball. I think you must be in love with that soccer ball. I am not, protested Brother. But I'll tell you something. I bet I can dribble this ball past you. Brother was a pretty good soccer player and a very good dribbler. Oh, but so was Sister. The only one who saw what happened next, besides the cubs, was a mockingbird who was perched on a twig outside an open window. Brother faced Sister. The ball was on the floor between them. First, Brother moved the ball with his right toe. Then with his left, trying to trick Sister out of position. Then, quick as a flash, he gave the ball a sharp kick with his right. Sorry, Wyatt, I'm going to put it down for a bit. That was probably noisy. I'm going to squish these back and see whether they will open better. Let's see. Okay, here I am back with you, and I'll pick you up again. There. Did you think I'd gone to sleep or something? Well, I almost did. But back to the story. It almost worked. But Sister was fast, too. She reached out with her knee and blocked the ball, which bounced against a bookshelf, against a chair, against a footstool, and into Mama's most favorite lamp, which fell on the floor with a crash. The mockingbird let out a screech and got out of there as fast as its wings could carry it. As it flew away, it saw Mama Bear returning from the marketplace. Uh-oh. Now the bear family had some house rules, just as any family has. One was no honey eating in bed. Another was no tracking mud on the clean floors. And another was no ball playing in the house. These pages have not been turned for a very long time, and they're hard to unstick. What to do? Brother looked at sister. Sister looked at brother. They both looked at the broken lamp, and they both listened in horror as Mom came up the front steps and into the house. All brother had time to do before Mama came into the room was roll the ball behind Papa's chair. My lamp, said Mama. My best lamp. What happened? She asked, looking into her cub's eyes. Tell me about it. The cubs looked into Mama's eyes, then at each other, and then they began to tell one of the biggest whoppers that has ever been told in bear country. Uh-oh. This should be interesting, what they said. It was a bird, began brother. Yes, said sister. A big purple bird with yellow feet. And green wingtips, said brother. And funny looking feathers sticking out of its head, said sister, as a finishing touch. As most lies do, the purple bird whopper got bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, continued the cubs. And it flew in the window, zoomed around the room, and knocked over the lamp. As Mama Bear was looking at the broken lamp with a sad expression on her face, Papa Bear came in from his shop. The cubs began to tell him the story of the big bird that flew in the window and broke the lamp. It was harder to tell the second time. For one thing, they couldn't remember how they had told it the first time. Ooh, hear that, Wyatt? One of the problems with telling fibs, don't you think? You've got me confused, said Papa. Was it a purple bird with green yellow tips and green wingtips and yellow feet? Or a yellow bird with purple wingtips and green feet? Or was it a white bird with black spots? Like that soccer ball behind my easy chair. But the thing that made it hard the second time was how very sad Mama looked as she picked up the pieces of the broken lamp. Mama, we're really sorry about the lamp, said brother. Oh, yes, said sister, picking up the last piece and putting it in the dustpan. Oh, said Mama, I'm not worried about the lamp. We can always get another lamp, or we can glue this one back together. What I'm sad about is the thought that maybe, just maybe, my cubs, whom I've always trusted, aren't telling me the truth. And trust is not something you can put back together again. Both cubs started to talk at once. It wasn't a bird, said sister. It was a soccer ball. And it was all my fault, shouted brother. It was just as much my fault, shouted sister. But they were both shouted down by the phone, which rang loudly. Bet you've never seen a phone like that before. I hardly have myself, just in pictures. Okay. Turn, Paige, turn. Doesn't want to turn, Wyatt. There. I think I've got it. It was Grizzly Graham. Inviting the Bear family for a Sunday visit. Hello, Gran, said Mama. Oh, everything is just fine here in the treehouse. How is everything with you? But Mama, protested Sister after Mama hung up the phone. You told Gran that everything is fine here, and that isn't really the truth. Oh, but it is, answered Mama. We've got 2 fine cubs who have just learned a very important lesson about telling the truth. And what could be finer than that? Now let's help Papa glue the lamp back together. Well, nobody really expects cubs to be perfect. And from time to time, Brother and Sister did forget the rules. Brother ate honey in bed a couple of times. One time, Sister tracked a little mud on the clean floor. And once or twice, Brother and Sister started to play ball in the house before they remembered not to. But they never, ever again told a whopper. Because trust is one thing you can't put back together once it's broken. Oh, what a nice little story. Oh boy, and a nice day. See my words down there, says laugh. It also says thou shalt not whine. No whining around Grandma's house. Love you, Wyatt. Good night.